and we actually talked about this a few weeks ago at Funimation. One option would be if you could get Aaron to do it and somehow pitch his voice, but that doesn't work. It sounds like a chipmunk. I mean, it just doesn't work. Now, there is, you know, who knows? Maybe there's some software out there that we don't know about, or that's being developed now, or that somebody's going to find that is able to make that change without that weird chipmunking sound. If so, believe me, everybody is for it. We love Aaron. We want him to be part of this. Absolutely.
Adobe Audition.
What?
Try Adobe Audition. It might work.
Audition?
Adobe Audition.
Dolby? Adobe. Okay. Well, believe me, the engineers that do this stuff 24 hours a day, they know about all the little tools that are out there, and I'm sure that if that's an option on the table, they'll try to make that happen. So that's one option, is try to use Aaron and somehow pitch his voice. A second option, which I really don't think is even possible, would be to pull lines from the original series. But I don't think that's possible because the story's going to be different. He's obviously going to say things that are specific to that show in that setting. So I don't think that's an option. And the third option is to recast. So.
I have another idea.
Oh yes, sir. What's yours?
Why don't you do it?
Oh, that's a bad idea. That's not even an option, my friend. Believe me. No, because you know what? What worked about it was that Aaron was an actual little kid. Here's an interesting piece of trivia that you guys might not know about Full Metal. When they were casting the show, they were really deliberating with whether or not to use a real kid or a girl.
Oh.
Because that's what the Japanese do. The Japanese use girls as young boys all the time. In fact, even Romy Park played Ed. Played Edward in Full Metal. And she's a huge superstar voice actor in Japan. Romy Park, she's in Naruto, Bleach, everything. She's huge. And she played Edward Elric. And this other girl played Al. That's very typical in the Japanese anime, that they have young kids played by girls. And of course, the upside is their voice doesn't change. You could do the show for 5 years and they're going to sound the same, like The Simpsons. Bart always sounds like Bart because it's a girl. But they decided, and at the time, Aaron was 11 or 12 years old. But he had already done Fruits Basket and a couple of things, and so they felt confident that he could do Al. And another big thing, no lip flaps.
Oh, no.
Al was in a can, right? There is a lot of technique involved in matching lip flaps and creating a believable performance at the same time. Some people are really good with a performance, and some people are really good at matching lip flaps, but to do them both at the same time is a little trickier. And so the fact that Al didn't have to match lip flaps made it easier to cast a young boy. Because you can imagine, a young kid, you know what I mean, that's hard work. And you're going to get about 15 minutes out of him, and then I'm done with this, I'm tired of this, I'm bored. You know, because it's too intensive. But the fact that he had the freedom to deliver the lines however he wanted, as long as he started and stopped at the right time, I think was probably that, and the fact that he was genuinely a young boy, like Al was, were the things that made them decide to cast him. And he is Al. He's perfect. He'll always be Al to me. But now, this is one of those things that you're like, oh crap, we kind of hoped this wouldn't happen, you know? Now that they're gonna have another series, and you know, we're just, they'll probably work very hard to try to find somebody that can. I guarantee you, they're gonna try to find somebody that can sound as much like Aaron as possible. Funimation takes great pride in the work they did on Full Metal, and I'm sure they'll do everything they can to keep it as good as it was. Let's take one more question. Who has not asked a question? Anybody that had a question that has not asked one? Yes. He played Hiro? Yeah. That was an easy question. One more? Anyone? All right, and we'll just end with you then.
I listened to your singing. It was excellent.
Oh, thank you.
I'm surprised you wanted to even consider yourself being a tenor. With that kind of voice, no? Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. You hear that? I did not pay this man. I did not pay him to say these nice things about my singing.
Especially when you're speaking with your grandmother. And I didn't know you were...
Oh my gosh! Okay, that's a great way to end because I have to push that one. Now he even mentioned that one. This CD, the first song on the CD is called Italian Boys. And it's a kind of a story song, but it's real fun, real light-hearted fun song. And it's about when I was a little boy, my Italian grandma, I mean stereotypical Italian grandma. Every stereotype you can think of about an Italian grandma, it's her. I mean, little short, heavy set, silver hair, big nose, walks around the table, mangia, mangia, what's wrong? You don't like my food? Come on, I made this all day. Vittorio, mangia, you're gonna break your grandma's heart, you know? And I mean, over the top. Plastic on the furniture, crucifixes all over the house. I mean, stereotypical Italian immigrants. I love it. And she always used to tell me when I was little how proud I should be to be Italian. And so I had this idea. I write a lot of ballads and love songs, and I wanted to write something fun. So I had this idea about this Italian Boys thing, and I decided that I was going to take a tape deck to my grandma's house and record her talking to me as if I were a 6-year-old kid again. And then I actually created spaces in the song and put my grandma in the song talking to me. And you know what the neatest part of it? This is a great way to end this panel. The neatest part of it is, in the middle, my grandma says, "Someday, Victor, I want you to play this song for people who's come after me. When grandma's dead and gone, you can play that song for people who's come after me, huh, Victor?" And she passed away 2 Christmases ago. And just like she said when she recorded that years ago, she's gone, but we can still play that song for people who have come after her and enjoy her personality and, you know, the sweet lady she was. So, that's a great way to end. Thank you for saying that too, very much. I love creating music and I love sharing it with people that are interested. I will have CDs at my autograph panel at 2.
3.
Is that right? At 3. So I'll have them there. If there's anybody that's not going to be here at 3, come and grab me. I'm sure we have to get out of the room now, but come and grab me and let me give them to you now. And thank you for being here. I know